Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to today's Facebook Live session. I will be talking about a topic that many of us find intriguing and challenging at the same time: how to be confidently unscripted, the art of impromptu speaking. Now, I know that this puts a lot of fear in your mind. Yeah, like biting your nails. I've had to do it in the past, and I was definitely fearful when I had to get up in front of a class and talk off the cuff for 5 minutes, which seems like 30. Now, I'm Deborah Northcutt of the Northcutt Agency, and I'm excited to dive into this subject with you. Welcome to the Spectacular Speakers Lounge show. Whether you're looking to enhance your public speaking skills, boost your confidence, or simply become a more effective communicator, you're in the right place. Over the next 30 minutes, give or take, we'll explore techniques and tips that will help you master the art of speaking off the cuff. But before we get started, I have a free gift for you for showing up live. It's a download of 5 places every Black woman speaker should apply to speak annually. Go to bit.ly/5 places to speak to download your gift. That's bit.ly/5 places to speak. That's the number 5 and not FIVE. Now, you can find me here every Thursday at 1 p.m. Central Daylight Time. So let's get started. Now, I'm going to kick things off by understanding what impromptu speaking really is. It's about delivering a message or a speech on the spot without prior preparation. Sounds intimidating, right? And it can be intimidating. But fear not. Impromptu speaking is a skill that can be learned and refined by anyone. The key is in understanding the structure. Let's talk about unscripted speaking. This is the art of constructing coherent thoughts in real time. Now, think about how to organize your ideas quickly. We've all witnessed powerful speakers who seem to effortlessly deliver speeches without a script, right? I know you've seen them. What's one thing that you admire about their ability to speak confidently and unscripted? Is there a specific speaker who has inspired you in this regard? If there has been, share their name or the qualities that make them stand out in the world of impromptu speaking. Put that information in the comment box. I'd love to know who has inspired you as a speaker with impromptu speaking and makes it look so effortlessly easy. Now, I'm going to tell you something. I've had to do an impromptu speech off the cuff unexpectedly. I wasn't expecting it. And what happened was I was in a class, don't remember what the class was, and there was a speaker that came to our class. And he was a good speaker. He was up in front of the class talking, and out of the blue, he said to everybody in the room, "Okay, everyone, I want you to get up in front of the class and speak for 5 minutes." He gave us a topic to talk on. I don't remember what the topic was. And I'm like, what? Are you kidding me? I didn't know I had to get up here in front of this class and speak. I didn't ask to do this. Why do I have to get up? I was freaking out. I mean, I was freaking out. So everybody in the room got up and gave a little 5 minute speech. I got up and I talked about something. I don't even remember what it was. I just talked and talked. And I'm thinking to myself, you are just rambling on. Are you making any sense? Is anybody even listening to you? I was too afraid to even look at my classmates to see if they were paying me any attention. So as I sat down and I got done giving my speech, well, after everyone got done giving their speech, the speaker got up in front of the room and he critiqued everybody. And he told us all what we did wrong. And not in that way, but he told us what we did wrong, bottom line, nicely. And he gave us tips, to do it differently the second time. So everyone had to get back up in front of the room and re-give that speech. And trust me, after he gave me some tips, I got up in front of that room and I killed it. I mean, those 5 minutes went by just like that. They just flew by. I was so impressed with me and I was so happy with me. I mean, yeah, you can do it. You just need some tips. You need confidence to know that it can be done. And yeah, you can do it. So imagine being able to express your thoughts with clarity and coherence on the spot. That's the power of unscripted speaking. It's not about memorizing lines or reading from a script. Instead, it's about crafting your message as you go, adapting to the situation and the audience in real time. To excel in unscripted speaking, consider these tips. Now, I'm going to give you some tips. So follow along and listen. And if you want to take notes, go ahead and take notes. You want to be concise. That's the first thing you need to consider. Focus on delivering your message in a brief and clear expressed manner. Avoid long-winded explanations that might lose your audience's attention. Instead of me saying that might lose your audience attention, you're going to lose your audience attention if you have a long-winded explanation. You're going to find that your audience is not paying you any attention. Some of them might even pick up their phones and start scrolling through their phones, or you might even see people nodding off in the audience, and you definitely do not want that to happen. Organize your thoughts. Before you start speaking, take a brief mental pause to organize your main points. This helps you to maintain a logical flow. And make sure that you're giving eye contact. And I know that's hard for some people, but eye contact is definitely important. Engage your audience by maintaining eye contact. It helps build a connection and boost your confidence. Listening and reacting. Active listening is crucial. Learn to react to the environment, the topic, and the audience's cues. Imagine this scenario. You're at a gathering and unexpectedly you're asked to speak in front of everyone about a topic you're passionate about. How would you feel in that moment? Would you freak out? And what's the first thing that comes to your mind? Adapting in real time. Embrace the unpredictability of impromptu situations. Use the information you gather from your audience to shape your message on the spot. Don't be afraid to pivot if you notice your audience's interest shifting. Your ability to adapt showcases your agility as a speaker. Now that we established the basics, let's focus on building a strong foundation for impromptu speaking. I'm going to give you some points. Point 1, knowledge is power. Have you heard that before? It's true. Knowledge is power. The more you know about a variety of subjects, the easier it will be to come up with relevant content on the spot because you're going to be prepared. You can just go into your brain like a Rolodex, if you know what a Rolodex is. I know that's old school, but it's a round thing that has a whole bunch of information in there that you can choose from, and just go into your brain like a Rolodex and just pull out one of those subjects that you know about. So you're always prepared. Practice active thinking. That's my second point. Train your mind to think critically and creatively. This helps you generate ideas more quickly during impromptu situations. Point number 3, story bank. Build a story bank in your mind, sort of like the Rolodex I just talked about. That's the story bank in your mind. Collect anecdotes, examples, and stories that you can draw upon at any time during impromptu speaking. Now, let's dive into some practical techniques that will help you excel in impromptu speaking. I'm going to give you 3 points. Point number one, PrEP method. That's PREP method. Have you heard of that before? I'm going to tell you what it stands for. P stands for point, R stands for reason, E stands for example, and P stands for point. PrEP method. Point, reason, example, point. This method is recommended by Toastmasters International as probably the easiest one to learn and use. This structure helps you make concise and impactful points. So, what does PrEP stand for? I think I just told you, but I'll say it again. P stands for point. Start off by making a clear point about the subject you're speaking about. Reason. Describe your reason for that particular point. Example. Give a few examples to illustrate. Point. Finish with some concluding remarks to wrap up your story. Point number two, the rule of three. Present your ideas in threes. The rule of threes revolves around the observation that ideas given in threes are especially interesting and memorable to an audience. People remember and are more engaged with the concepts that are presented in groups of threes. Use the rule of threes as a simple formula to make engaging speeches. Point number three, pause and breathe. Take a deep breath. Many people find that when they pause and slow down their pace of speech, they are able to find exactly the right words. You're kind of slowing your brain down because, number one, you're scared, your heart is beating fast, and you're standing there thinking, okay, what can I say? What can I say? You need to stop, pause, and breathe. Give your brain a chance to catch up. If you do that, you will definitely be able to think. So pause, think, and breathe. As a result, speakers use less filler words like and ah when you stop, pause, and breathe. You calm yourself down. As I was saying before, you stop and you give your brain a chance to catch up with your mouth. When you pause and breathe, you counteract the fight or flight response that makes you want to run off the stage. It's completely normal to feel nervous when speaking off the cuff. Let's explore ways to overcome those nerves. Point number one, mindfulness techniques. Do some deep breathing, visualization, and mindfulness exercises can help calm your nerves. Here's another point. Embrace imperfection. None of us are perfect. Understand that not every sentence needs to be flawless. Your authenticity matters more than perfection. As with any skill, practice is key. Let's talk about how you can practice impromptu speaking. Let's talk about solo practice. Pick random topics, set a timer, and practice speaking on those topics for a few minutes each day. Engage in group discussions or debate clubs to enhance your impromptu skills. I think I have here, let me tell you a story about my impromptu speaking. And this is another story that I can tell. I talked about when I was in a class and the speaker that came in for the day had us get up and give an impromptu speech. I used to belong to a mastermind group for entrepreneurs. And one evening, I attended a gathering to discuss upcoming events. The meeting was going smoothly, and I was content, listening to the speaker and to the discussions and taking notes, doing my little thing. And the mastermind progressed, and the director suddenly turned to me with a smile and he said, Deborah, we'd love for you to hear your thoughts on what he was talking about. I don't remember what he was talking about because he caught me totally off guard. So I blinked in surprise like a deer caught in the headlights with my heart skipping a beat. I had been so engrossed in taking notes that it caught me off guard. I hadn't prepared to give a speech for this moment. I had no notes, no outlines, nothing. So I began to panic, but I took a deep breath and reminded myself that I could do this and rise to the challenge. Now, with my heart pounding, and I'm pretty sure my heart was pounding so hard, everybody in the audience heard it. I walked to the front of the room. All eyes were looking at me. Man, I felt terrible. Imagine you're in a room full of people and everybody is watching you as you're walking up to the front of the stage. So I got up to the front of the stage, cleared my throat, and started speaking, drawing upon my knowledge of the subject that was asked of me to talk about. I vaguely remembered, but as I got to the stage, I remembered what he was talking about. So I got the nerves to look out in the audience after I was speaking for a while, and I noticed that they were engaged in what I was talking about. They were nodding and smiling, captivated by my words. I had actually delivered a speech without any preparation, off the cuff. The audience gave me a huge applause when I was done. I was so proud of myself for getting up there with no preparation, and I did a knockout job, if I have to say so myself. I'm tooting my own horn. I had stepped out of my comfort zone and I survived. As you can see, impromptu speaking isn't just about winging it. It's a skill that involves thoughtful preparation through active listening and dynamic adaptation. Remember, even the most skilled speakers once started as beginners in this field. So don't hesitate to step out of your comfort zone and embrace the challenge. And don't forget to download your free download, 5 places every Black woman speaker should apply to speak annually. Go to bit.ly/5 places to speak. That's bit.ly/5 places to speak. And that's the number 5 and not FIVE. So that's it for today, guys. I'll see you next week at 1 p.m. Central Daylight Time on the Spectacular Speakers Lounge Show. I'm Deborah Northcutt of the Northcutt Agency. Bye for now.